I'd like to call to order the Community Facilities District to order for the select date. This is a joint meeting of the following Community Facility Districts. Community Facilities General District number 1. 2 is Palm Valley Community Facilities District number 3. 3 is Community Facilities Utilities District number 1. 4 is Wildflower Ranch Community Facilities District. 5 is Wildflower Ranch Community Facilities District number 2. 6 is Cottonflower Community Facilities District. 7 is Australia Mountain Ranch Community Facilities District. 8 is King Ranch Community Facilities District. 9 is Centura Community Facilities. And 10 is the last, Cortina Community Facilities District. Everyone is present, and Councilman, Board Member Campbell, are you on?
Yes, Mayor, I am.
Oh, welcome, and we really appreciate you joining us this evening. So we are all present.
Thank you.
Now is the time for a citizen who would like to address the CFD board on any non-agenda item within the jurisdiction of the board. Do we have any speaker cards? All right. Does anyone in the audience want to speak? All right. There's one public hearing on the agenda, and so I'm going to open. Would you like that one? Open the public hearing for the feasibility report for the Montecito number 3 assessment district within the Australia Mountain Ranch CFD. I've opened the public hearing, and I understand this presentation will be items on the CFD agenda. So one presentation on all of it. So Jared, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board. Tonight, we're going to discuss the formation of a new special assessment district within Australia Mountain Ranch Community Facilities District, Montecito number 3. A special assessment district has 3 main pieces to it. First, it constructs or acquires infrastructure. In this case, we're going to be acquiring infrastructure. It issues bonds to pay for that infrastructure. And finally, it levies assessments to pay for those bonds. The item tonight that we have on the feasibility report, we have 3 main pieces to the feasibility report. First is locating the new special assessment district. It's the 7th district within Australia Mountain Ranch, and it is this small portion here in red, Montecito number 3, neighboring Montecito number 2 here. It's 27 acres, 73 single-family lots. It's the smallest special assessment district that we have done to date. We'll talk a little bit more about that as we go through the presentation. The project that's going to be funded with this special assessment district is Calistoga Drive, about a quarter of a mile of Calistoga Drive, west of 184th Lane. It was completed in January of 2019, which is why we're going to be acquiring it and not constructing it. We'll talk about the financing plan. Usually we don't see such small special assessment districts because you see here that we have cost of issuance of $180,000. There are some fixed costs with issuing bonds, and really when you issue such a small bond, you still eat so much of that up with the cost of issuance. So we have $530,000 for the actual project acquisition, paid for half of the cost of Calistoga Drive. There's reserve and interest that's going to need to be set up for the new bonds as well, about $67,000. The total uses will be $778,000. The source of those funds will be issuing $598,000 of new special assessment district bonds. The developer is going to be contributing $180,000, which is roughly equivalent to the amount of the cost of issuance, which is why we don't usually see such small special assessment districts, because a lot of those bond proceeds, a lot of what they would get to put towards the projects that they have built gets eaten up with the cost of issuance. So we don't usually see them as small as this. And the final piece to the financing plan, we'll take those $598,000 of bond proceeds, and when we divide those out equally among the 73 assessments or lots within the assessment district, we get about $8,200 per lot, which is a little bit higher than what is in Montecito 2, just to the north of it. We have an $8,000 assessment on those lots. That was formed back in 2014. We have 4 items that we're doing tonight. First, we're conducting this public hearing on the feasibility report. The board will then take action on the feasibility report, as well as ordering the work to be completed and also levying the assessments. And with that, I'll open it up for the public hearing.
Thank you. Are there any speaker cards?
No, Chair.
All right, is there anyone in the audience like to speak? I'm going to close the public hearing. There's no action required on this item, so we're going to go to the next. Number 2 item is to consider is adopting the resolution approving the feasibility study. Jared, you have already given a presentation on this, and thank you. Are there any speaker cards?
No, Chair.
Would anybody in the audience like to speak? All right, well, District Clerk, please read Resolution EMRCFD 2021-141 by title only.
Adopt resolution number EMR CFD Res 2021-141, approving the feasibility report relating to the acquisition and financing of certain improvements benefiting the district, declaring its intention to acquire certain improvements described in the feasibility report, forming Montecito Assessment District Number 3, determining that special assessment revenue bonds will be issued to finance the costs and expenses thereof, and declaring the improvements to be of more than local or ordinary public benefit, and that the cost of said improvements will be assessed upon the assessment district, providing that the proposed improvements will be performed and district special assessment revenue bonds issued under the provisions of Title 48, Chapter 4, Article 6, Arizona Revised Statutes, and all amendments thereto, and ratifying all prior acts, including the execution and delivery of a waiver and development agreement. Adopt.
Thank you. Can I have a motion, a second, to adopt the resolution EMRCFD 2021-141? Do I hear that motion?
So moved.
I heard Board Member Laura Cano did the motion. A second?
Second.
Okay, and Board Member Sherry Loretano did the second. Open for a council discussion. No discussion. Yeah. Joe?
On that $8,100 per lot, is that spread over, what, 15, 20 years as far as their tax bill, or is that a one-shot?
Chair Lord,
Oh, yes,
Board
go
Member
ahead.
Pizzillo, that's going to be spread out over 20 years.
Okay, and I assume that when somebody builds on that lot, they will be notified that there's a special assessment?
That is correct. They will be notified that there's a special assessment, as well as a community facilities district that they are purchasing in.
Okay, thank you.
Any other question? Board Member Campbell, any questions?
No, thank you, Mayor.
All right. Well, then let's go ahead and vote for this. All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
The ayes- Thank you. The ayes have it. Number 3, the next item is consider the public infrastructure for EMRCFD Montecito. Number 3, assessment. Again, no presentation, so you can ask questions from Jared if you have any questions you would like to clarify. Are there any speaker cards?
No, Chair.
Would anybody in the audience like to speak? We got more audience now, so I thought maybe there might be. Will the city clerk please read Resolution EMRCFD 2021-142 by title only?
Adopt resolution EMR CFD Res 2021-142, ordering the public infrastructure project performed as described in EMR CFD Res 2021-141.
Thank you. Can I have a motion, a second, to adopt Resolution EMRCFD 2021-142? I hear that motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, I heard a motion from Board Member Stiff and a second from Board Member Loretano. Open for board's discussion? No discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it.
Aye.
Thank you, Board Member Campbell. All right, we're on number 4, the last item, adopting resolution to approve the assessment levy for the EMRCFD Montecito Number 3 Assessment District. Mr. Ackelson has already given the presentation, so I'll ask, are there speaker cards?
No, Chair.
Would anybody else like to speak? Will the city clerk please read Resolution EMRCFD 2021-143 by title only?
Adopt resolution EMR CFD Res 2021-143, approving the levying of an assessment for the Estrella Mountain Ranch Community Facilities District, City of Goodyear, Arizona.
Thank you. Can I have a motion, a second, to adopt Resolution EMRCFD 2021-143? Do I hear that motion?
So moved.
Second.
All right, I heard a motion from Board Member Pizzillo and a second from Board Member Hampton. Open for discussion? No discussion, let's vote on it. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, the ayes.
Aye.
Thank you, Board Member Campbell. There is no further business discussed. This meeting is adjourned.